so nervous. Okay. Hey guys, so today I'm doing probably the stupidest, craziest, most idiotic thing I've ever done on YouTube, and if it goes poorly, I just hope it goes viral. As you can see, I'm sitting here with my saddle. I don't even know what to say, I'm freaking out. Today I'm going to dye my saddle. I'm really worried. I'm outside because I need it to be in the open air where the fumes can, you know, go places. So sorry if there's lots of wind and stuff. This is not the perfect filming spot, but I had to do it outside, so it's actually really cold. My hair is still wet from a shower, so I'm especially cold. It's not good. So I'm gonna do a quick before of my saddle. I'll explain why I'm doing this too, why I'm potentially ruining my life. So I bought this saddle used a couple of years ago. I can't actually remember when. It has really good tree and the actual saddle is in really good shape, and it fits my horses really well, and I just personally think it's very comfortable. However, you can notice that there's a lot of damage to the leather. The leather is quite cracked in places. I'm pretty diligent about conditioning it, but unfortunately it had a bit of water damage and a bit of sun damage when I got it. And then the other thing about it is that it has a lot of like really lighter spots and or like really red spots in the leather, which I really dislike. I like very like chocolatey leather. I just think it looks really pretty. I'm not as big of a fan of like the red leather, just my personal preference. And my saddle is very red in some places, just where it's worn out, and I don't like that about it. So I'm gonna be trying to fix it today, and I really could ruin my saddle. Like, I'm so nervous to ruin my saddle because I didn't pay much for the saddle, but it's still like a $2,500 saddle new, and I can't replace it. So I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, I actually don't. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just gonna, walk you through the process a little bit though, now that you've seen the before. Okay, so I bought two things. I bought, it's called deglazer, I guess, and then I bought the dye. It was actually really expensive to ship. Like, they weren't that expensive. Oh, they sent me something else. Oh look, they sent me a pom-pom. Just kidding, it's like to spread it, I think. I looked up to see if anyone else had ever like done this, and some people had dyed their saddle, but it didn't always seem like it was super successful, so I don't know why I'm doing this. I guess this is important because saddles have like a special glaze on them, so you need this to like take that off. And then this is the actual like dye. Oh, I'll tell you my other fear. So my first fear is obviously ruining my saddle. My second fear is it like always transfers onto my breeches. Anyways, let's just get started. I'm freaking out. Okay, so I'm just gonna take off my Millbrook leathers because I definitely don't want to dye these. They're in like absolutely perfect condition and I love them. I never want to ruin them, so I'm gonna take them off. And like I said, I really love these leathers. They're in beautiful condition still. And if you want to use my code, I think it's like Cassie10 maybe. I don't know, I'll put it on the screen, but you can use that code at checkout for 10% off. So yes, do that. Guys, don't do this. Even this works out. Don't do this, okay? It's not smart of me. What if every time I ride now, I have a bunch of brown on my butt? I'm gonna look like I pooped. This is bad. This is scary. Okay, so please support me at this point. Give me your virtual hugs. I'm about to freak out. So I think the best method that I saw was like the microfiber cloth. This is literally from the dollar store, so I don't care about it, which is kind of the goal. I'm just gonna go ahead and start like on the seat. Zoom you guys in. All right, got a nice bit on there. A little bit more. Okay. Supposed to go systematically, but I'm forgetting how to be systematic. It's also possible because this saddle's quite old that there's little like glaze left on it. You know what I mean? I don't even know. Ah, this is so scary. What if I'm ruining my saddle? I might be ruining my saddle right now. Oh, it's totally working. Okay, yeah. There's like a huge difference in like the spots where I scrub. See, there's like a bit of brown. I don't know. That was a lot. That was a lot. I think I have to be generous though, because if I don't deglaze it properly, then the stuff's not gonna work. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. Okay, so It is all deglazed. As you can see, it's like super weird. Some spots still seem like shinier than others, but I really did scrub it. So I am guessing that has to do a little bit just with like where your body is the most, because like where stuff rubs and where your seat is, it's much worse. But then where like your leg isn't, back here and stuff, is much better. So let's do this. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. So apparently you just want to like keep it moving and always like keep going. You don't want to, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get, oh, I just realized about the metal. I wonder if it's gonna wipe off. Well, I have deglazer. Okay. So you just want to like keep going for your first coat and move systematically, I guess. I'm just trying to talk through this because I'm freaking out. Okay, and you just want to be really systematic and not go over one place too many times. This is crazy. What am I doing? And then just keep it moving so that you don't get it super thick in some areas and then like super thin. Also, if you're wondering, yes, professionals can do this for you. It's just really expensive. I looked at it. So this is cheaper. Scarier, but cheaper. And if I miss some spots, it's probably fine because like I said, I have to do a second coat. So yeah. Okay, so I'm all done coat one. I'm gonna give you a little close-up now. So definitely it will need one more coat, maybe two, but I think just one. And I didn't use nearly as much dye as I thought I would, so that worked really well. So as you can see, like once it dries, you can still see areas where it didn't dye as much. That's just where it's really worn, and it will, I think, be better the next coat. The parts where the glaze didn't fully come off, you can kind of still tell. So I'm just hoping that the dye really fully penetrates. So one of the risks is just that this dye like sits on top and doesn't like penetrate. So I'm really hoping it does. Yes, but it looks pretty good. So for the next coat, what I'm going to do is do the whole top of the saddle, but I'm not going to do underneath again because honestly in here doesn't really matter. So I might do a little bit more here, but I'm not really going to focus on those areas. I'm just going to focus on the top areas where it needs it a bit more, like there in the seat. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. I just hope that it like stays in the saddle, right? Like it doesn't come off when I ride. But we will see. I'm gonna leave it for an hour, eat dinner, and put it inside so it's where it's warm. Yes. Alrighty, so I'm going to start my second coat. It's all completely dry. And I'm going to just do the exact same process, but like I said earlier, I'm probably not going to focus quite as much on the like underneath part. I'm just going to put like a lot of my focus on the top part. Okay, I'm not going to film the rest of this because I feel like it's just boring. It's the exact same process as I did last time, but you can't even tell what I'm doing. So I'm not gonna film this. I'll check back with you when I'm done this coat. Okay, so as I was going, I kind of noticed like the difference I see in the first and second coat. So obviously like this is what it looked like after just the first coat, and then this is what it's looking like after the second coat. So you can see like the massive difference like in this line here, just the difference of the two. So the second coat was like definitely a very, very good choice. It's making it much more like almost black, which I kind of love. Second coat is all done. As you can see, it's so dark now. I'm so happy. It's also a little bit darker than it will end up being just because it's wet still, obviously, from the dye. So as it dries, it'll lighten up. So I'm gonna leave it overnight now. One thing that I'll have to take care of tomorrow is just like, you can see like all the texture from the dye, and that will be buffed away. But for now, I'm quite happy. It's so dark and pretty, and I love it. So yes, I'm going to put it away for the night and let it super dry overnight, put another layer on tomorrow, and then clean it, and we'll be good to go. It's the next morning. It's really bright out, but I'm gonna show you what the saddle looks like. So it actually dried really nicely, and I think it dried a bit more even than it was before. So I want to focus at the back of the saddle. And then I want to focus back here a little bit, and then just a couple spots where the stirrup leathers go, and then right here a bit. Alrighty, so it's just in the sun drying now. And while it's in the sun drying, I'm going to go ahead and buff it to try to get some of the excess off. I think the third coat was really good for some spots, so I'm happy I decided to do that. So the reason it's in the sun is because the sun apparently helps like open up the pores of the saddle, and then the dye will absorb more. So I heard that one place, so I decided to go for it, but I'm really happy with the color, so I'm going to go ahead and get a cloth and buff it now, and then let it dry a bit more. Okay, the chickens are really interested in my process, but I pretty much took this cloth and just did circles with it pretty briskly, as the instructions said, and then about this much dye came off. I've done the whole saddle. So now I'm going to take some oil, I'm going to oil it, and then I'm going to leave it out for a while, let it completely dry, and then I'm going to clean it with some leather cleaner and then some more leather conditioner. Sorry, this is going to be really bad lighting, but it's the best I can do right now. So I'm taking my microfiber cloth and some oil. Just like absorbing so much oil. Okay, I'm gonna finish the rest of the saddle. Okay, so, oh my goodness, shush. Okay, so, sorry for the noise. Chicken! Phyllis, shush. Holy, Phyllis! So, as you can see, just from oiling it, the cloth is, oh my dog's here. All the animals are here. Anyways. So dirty. Alrighty everyone, I am back. It's a long time later. My saddle looks really good. I'm really happy again. The chickens are here to hang out. Anyways, the saddle looks really nice. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm just gonna show you like how much dirt comes off when I rub it. So if I just take this clean sponge and rub it, there's just like the smallest bit of black. Like you can see, like it's really not a lot, which I'm happy about, but it's enough that I really want to take that off, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it now. I'm going to use this leather cleaner first. I think it works really well to clean leather, and then I'm going to use mink oil to condition it, and then this also waterproofs it and seals it in. It goes a long way with this, so I'm going to clean it now. I know I say this every time, but I'm not going to film me cleaning it because it literally looks the same after I've cleaned it. So, I am not going to film it. Alrighty, so I'm done the mink oil. As you can see, it's quite shiny, and in some spots, like the mink oil hasn't soaked in, so it still looks a bit cracked. But overall, I'm super happy with it. I'm gonna do my after shots tomorrow because I want the mink oil to set in, and I might actually do one more coat of mink oil tonight. Just because I did like strip it of all of its health. Okay, and here's the finished product. So here's the before, and then here is the after. So as you can see, it looks really good. I'm super, super happy with the outcome. Yeah, it's just super beautiful, and it's exactly what I want. Of course, in some spots, it's not perfect just because the leather wasn't perfect. But after I condition it a bit more, I think it'll be better. And then here I just kind of show you, like, it doesn't really come off on your fingers at all. And then after this day, I actually rode in the saddle, and literally nothing came off onto my breeches. My breeches were fine. So I was super happy with that. It just went really well. But again, I wouldn't recommend trying this because it's probably just best to leave it to the professionals, but it was a very fun experiment. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Bye guys!